Yeah, I'll try to figure out. I think Farron, correct me if I'm wrong, I think Farron is 10 in Wisconsin. I'm going to say he's 9, so if he gets mad at me after looking at the VOD, I gave him a bit of a boost.
Yeah, well, at the very least top 10 either way, which is quite impressive.
No, he's really good.
Either way. Yeah,
Yeah,
I love that as well, Sorty Enjoyer. So there you go if you want to find them on
What is it?
Twitter.
He's
Fifth?
5th.
Oh!
Production is just telling me that we are underrating Farron, which
Largely.
is Farron is 5th.
Oh, I believe anything LeMay
No,
says.
LeMay knows what he's talking about 98% of the time.
Farron hype.
Shout out to LeMay Koopa. Farron, one of those goated jokers that unfortunately doesn't get a lot of conversation when people are talking about like the best players of certain characters in the Midwest. And I think that is a big mistake. He's good. Just coming off a strong 9th place finish at Honeypot as well.
Yeah, definitely an impressive run over there. But speaking of the Joker, we were talking about Raven King. We just got to see him, and two of them doing that is a whole thing on its own. But we might not even be seeing that character. Might be a surprise pick here from that Sephiroth coming out. There's raising eyebrows over here. We're excited to see it.
I love to see some Sephiroth. The only real Sephiroth player we've been seeing over here is Earl Event. He's currently playing Sora.
Alright, Bear gets it started off there, but Farron not quite finding another move right out of it. The two of them just kind of squaring off right now, waiting to find something. S.N.E.S. finally getting a hold of Farron at this point.
Yeah, the conversation has been, do we start PS2, do we start Small Battlefield? And I think both these guys kind of come to an agreement. It seems to be more of an equal stage. Ooh, went for the Oki mix-up, not going to quite hit it there for Farron.
Okay, there's still some awkward neutral. Neither player really finding exactly what they want, but Farron is the one finding damage through all of these exchanges. He's not going low or anything. He's fine to stay up on the platform. Plenty of sword range gives him great options at the ledge. But either way, he can just wait. He's got so much more damage on S.N.E.S. right now. He can stall back, wait for S.N.E.S. to have to make that first move.
Yes, S.N.E.S. is just not able to get in any meaningful way. Putting a bit of damage on, but he's been consistently on the ledge, and there goes the first stock.
That's the first time going off of ledge right there, and I mean, that mix-up is worth a lot right there. Again, the first stock really early at this point, especially for a character that's not going to be playing so aggressive at this point. S.N.E.S. capitalizing on some aggression coming out from Farron, though.
Yeah, Farron is just keeping this very slow, very at the pace that he wants to play, and forcing S.N.E.S. to just run in consistently. Finally, S.N.E.S. is finding something here. Farron not getting much percentage off of this stock.
DK Lightning overextends a little bit there, so S.N.E.S. isn't able to bring it back or do anything. Luckily for him, though, Farron's slower airspeed is going to hurt him. He can't quite get back there, but he's fast enough on the ground there to just keep ahead of S.N.E.S., even in the face of all of those forward airs coming out once again.
A little bit of a juggle here. He's been catching Farron with a couple of them, but it has not netted a stock quite yet, and he has quite a hill to climb, 66%, and there it goes. Finally, back on the board. Oh, he's going to eat an up smash for his trouble.
Yeah, that's definitely going to hurt right there, coming right out of the vulnerability and looking for some big options there, and the counter's not going to quite land on S.N.E.S.'s forward air right there, and once again, Farron's looking to go low.
Yeah, the ledge trapping from Farron has been a little lackluster for getting a lot of extra percent, right? And it's been allowing S.N.E.S. to get back on the stage. But S.N.E.S. not able to do too much with that. He's going to be eating another counter here, and a second fair takes the second stop.
The same thing twice in a row. S.N.E.S. has to start mixing up the recovery. We saw him suffer a little bit earlier in the night on stream from not keeping those mixed up recovery so consistently. And S.N.E.S. has a couple options, but it's not too much, especially if you have that jump out of the equation.
Up a very strong move here. He's in a bad situation, out of resources, out of time, and he is just going to get wrecked.
That is rude.
That is
guaranteeing the death. Farron goes down, gets the kill. It's an extension that he probably couldn't have done with a down air even in that scenario, so definitely worth going for, but definitely a flex that he's got an extra stock, 2 in the bag still.
Sometimes it's just optimal.
That's fair enough. I mean, if you have those extra resources to deal with, I mean, some characters charge up stuff, and you got to spend those resources how you want to set up stuff like Steve blocks or like a Pac-Man fire hydrant. But stocks are good resource too that you can use and expend. That way you can go for some more aggressive or cheekier plays that just wouldn't be available otherwise if you're able to play ahead of your opponent for the bulk of the game.
Yeah, I wouldn't have realized that Sephiroth was really the play here. You know, when you're looking at matchup spreads. Choker Ness that bad? I have no clue. Maybe.
I've never seen a Joker player complain about having to deal with Ness before.
Chat, you gotta let us know.
Ness players say all sorts of things. Yeah, I'm sure there's someone out there that knows much better.
Where's LeMay when you need him? He would know.
LeMay will tell me the truth. I know that.
I've never been lied to by LeMay. Oh, he switched.
Okay.
No. We got you baited. We got you baited.
Yeah, that's got to be just for us, that bait there. Looking at the Sora for a second, I mean, going, ooh.
Pantherus? Is that like an anime reference? I just assume if you're a Smash player and you have a tag, it's just an anime reference. I mean, like, come on.
No, you're right, though. You're right.
Or K-pop.
Easy assumption there. K-pop?
LeMay said, hi, sorry, I missed it. It's like all the good players do K-pop. Right?
Or maybe that's why I'm not good.
That's what I'm saying. Listen to more K-pop, you'll win more Smash tournaments. Proven.
That's the real secret tech. Ooh, getting out from that up B. S.N.E.S. has been taking early priority. That's kind of the reverse situation from what we saw last game. We got this bigger map. It's not going to be factoring into that really, but that might actually help him out a little bit more because Farron was getting some really early kills, especially towards the edge of the stage, and that smaller wall of the stage will help out a little bit more.
He's finally got a place to run. Small battlefield, just incredibly, I'd say, choking when you are not having a good time trying to get on to a Sephiroth here. So I like the stage selection. I'm assuming some of the larger stages. Kalos legal here, of course. Probably Hollow Bastion, which is also legal, probably taken off the table.
Farron just barely managed to avoid that PK Thunder, but he found his way back on stage there. Nice forward air. He's going to keep baiting out. S.N.E.S. used an unnecessary yo-yo there, which got him just stuck for a while for that forward air to hit. And ended up chaining into a big first kill for Farron. So despite going down early percent, he still gets first stock.
I think that was a shield poke. I think the up smash shield poke. The up smash actually does a lot of pretty hefty shield poking there.
I don't think that was quite spaced optimally since it didn't actually hit off of ledge roll. Another yo-yo, not quite going S.N.E.S.'s way, and Farron finding a couple percent, but it's not quite what he's looking for, and in fact, it's S.N.E.S. who finds the grab and a back throw.
It's the kiss of death, the Ness back air, tried and true method. S.N.E.S. having a way better time. I think it has a lot to do with the stage selection, honestly. And it's just able to keep Farron on ledge. And he's doing the thing that Farron was having some issues with, ledge trapping very effectively. And that's going to net yet another stock.
Yeah, I mean, that's the value of a really intelligent and decided ledge trap. Because if you've been paying attention to what your opponent's been doing, that's what S.N.E.S. has been doing. Checking out what Farron's going to do while he's off stage. You pay attention to that, make sure you got the reads, and if you have some information to go on, it's 3 kills like we just saw. And it's not a situation that Sephiroth is usually stuck in. He's got that safe up B for getting back to stage, but once he's on the stage, you can really abuse the character.
Well, that's not true. You can DI that one down. he got caught with his pants down, and S.N.E.S. unfortunately got it evened up on him. I like what he's doing here, though, using Nair and Fair to effectively shut down these approaches, and he's actually just going to take the stock at like 70%.
Wow, yeah, that was the fastest death we've seen so far in this matchup, in fact. And, I mean, those are the first real capitalizations of side B that we saw from S.N.E.S. as well. Those got so much leverage off of Farron. We saw a couple stocks go by the wayside because of it.
I think he noticed that Farron was mainly approaching. He was either short hop, right? Short hopping at him with, trying to approach with more Nair, or just kind of running at him, right, to kind of put pressure on the S.N.E.S. And he's called it out effectively, and is able to kind of cut down on losing those neutral interactions. I'm hoping to see some adjustments from Farron here. So he's maybe going to be using a bit more fairs to kind of space S.N.E.S. out a bit. Because if you're kind of faking S.N.E.S. into committing to his more committal options, right, you're a lot easier able to get those neutral exchanges going your way. But we'll have to see. He's certainly locking in Sephiroth.
Yeah, definitely without those projectiles being in the accounting for so much. Farron was having a great time using those forward airs to just box out neutral really handedly. They're on an even bigger stage this time, going to Town and City on this occasion. So Farron wants the accessibility to even earlier kills and some more combo potential for like his up airs, for example. But this might also be pretty advantageous for S.N.E.S. to have that big stage so we can get some more space between the two of them.
Yeah, I think Farron really just wants these platforms to be able to force us some really awkward situations trying to land. That's been working pretty well for him so far. He does have the percentage lead. Not going to be able to get anything off of that parry, though.
Farron is just really patient here, not dedicating to many options, been chasing S.N.E.S. around a little bit, just poking out. Oh my god, that's going to be dirty right there. S.N.E.S. not quite getting all the way to ledge. He's going to be suffering for, but right back in the other direction, Farron just not awake for just a moment there, and S.N.E.S. is just able to run up, land that side B, land that forward air.
We got ourselves a game, and a clapback from S.N.E.S. very quick, and there's just a big scuffle going in the middle of Town and City. You see Farron really focusing on trying to get these grab combos that he successfully did his first game. Right? He was just very heavily using these. Oh my gosh, he's out of resources, but not able to get the kill there. He's still a disadvantage.
S.N.E.S. is really in a worrisome spot, especially out by that platform. It's so close to the ledge, and he just cannot find a way to get back to stage at all. Farron throwing out that sword, perfectly timed. He's waiting for the options to come out, so it's those later forward airs. That might be something that S.N.E.S. can work with going forward, and just drop early because he knows that the sword's coming out later.
You know, we've changed the positions a bit here, as now Farron has to get back on the stage. Thankfully, he has a charged up B, which is incredibly good for shoring up that ledge trapping. Going to be hitting by another PK fire from S.N.E.S. But S.N.E.S. still not able to secure the stock here. And that weak hit of back air is going to sting.
Ooh, forward smash, not quite punishable. Farron looking for an opportunity to keep up those big up airs that have been giving him so much, especially while S.N.E.S. is out on platforms. A PK Thunder getting some space, but it doesn't quite hit Farron either. It's threatening to kill at this high of a percent.
Man, almost taking the stock yet again. He is now well within kill percentage, but that parry into back throw is going to take it there for S.N.E.S. And thankfully, he only has one more stock to deal with here from Farron.
That danger just came barreling down, and S.N.E.S. in the face of that with Stalwart, getting a perfect parry into a back throw. That's just a real nice moment to get to see. He's going to go aggressive here as Farron's looking for a defensive option in the counter, and he's going to eat so much damage for it. S.N.E.S. not quite going for a down air there, but instead dropping even more side Bs, which are looking so deadly, especially into a yo-yo. That's a beautiful stock from S.N.E.S.
That killed? Wow.
Yo, you can never count out that yo-yo.
It's yo-yo.
It's the dirtiest move in
That's some Ness privilege.
Ness privilege.
Privileged character.
They get to have a little